All right, I think everyone's in. So let's get started. As you can tell from today's preview, we're going to be looking at articles. Now, by articles, we're going to be looking at both indefinite and definite articles. All right, now, should be fairly straightforward. So we'll do some quick exercises. And I think for this group, I'll add in a mixed exercises at the end as well. Now, as the name suggests, your articles can either be looking to be specific, which is definite, or it's looking to be general or indefinite, not one particular. And that's how you're going to use their names to kind of figure out which one to use when. Now, there are other clues that you can use to help spot the patterns as you practice. And I'll share with you some resources so that as you practice, it makes a little bit even more sense when it comes to the articles. Now, I'm going to start off by sharing a snapshot at where we currently are. We're now starting Unit 5. Just feels like yesterday, but it's almost end of the year. We're going to be tackling articles, and as we look at articles, you will see noun phrases. And next class, we'll go over to the relatives. Now, when it comes to articles, we're going to be looking at the indefinite and the definite articles and when to use them. Now, here on the platform, it does give you some rules, but we'll dive ourselves a little bit deeper. I'll share some guidelines and some games for you to practice with. And in our session, we're going to be using these as our practice. So start off with the definite article. As the name suggests, it's one and is determined by being something or someone that is specified. All right. Now, unlike Spanish and other Latin languages, to be completely clear, English does not do gendered articles. So while in Spanish we have la and el for the definite articles, in English we have one, the. And we can use it for singular nouns, the boy, as well as plural nouns, like the table. In addition, we can combine it with the prepositions we were practicing last time. For example, the days of the week. I'm going to the garden. Now, in both of these, we are being specific. All right? Monday to Sunday are the days of the week. I'm going to a place. That place is the garden. In both of these, there's information between the sender and the receiver that helps them to identify what particular thing is being spoken about. All right, and then you'll notice here as we practice that the generic or specific nature of the noun is very, very important. Don't forget full names and groups in the chat for attendance. All right, let's start with Ada. Ada, use number one for definite articles.
Yes, we use the when we know who or what is we are talking about. We use the to indicate something or someone in particular. As such, it is called the infinitive article. We speak of something concrete, something that what the speaker and the receiver see
Yeah.
know because it has been referenced earlier in the conversation of or because it is something previously known to what
Mm. For example,
examples. What is the name of the restaurant? Do you remember the day we went to New York? Who is the president of the United States? The doctor is very good.
all right? Now, all of these questions looked for specific or particular information. And even in this sentence that has a profession, it was modifying that information. So we know that there's previous information being referenced. Now, we could answer question one by saying, ah, the restaurant in Plaza Carso, Loma Linda, it was a good restaurant. I think we went to New York on the 22nd of February. Um, the 57th president of the United States was, and you can be very specific with the. All right? So that's one use. Carla, Johanna, number two.
Yes, we use the definite article with general regions, mountain chains, seas, oceans, island, roads, river, and countries in plural. For example,
Example, geological regions, island groups.
okay,
That
for
no
example,
is
the
pronounced in
United,
island. And as you see it again, make sure you don't use any S sounds. Look at some examples.
The Canary
okay,
Islands.
the United,
Mm-hmm.
the United States, the New, no, ay, no me acuerdo cómo se pronuncia.
Netherlands.
Netherlands, the Andes, the Atlantic Ocean, the Canary Islands, the Nice
Island. No S. Islands.
Island,
One more
and
time. The Canary Islands.
Islands, y the Nile rivers,
Right?
river.
River. Good. So for geological regions, mountain chains, islands, etc. Right? Mitzi, number three.
Yes, we use them to make reference to this direction, right, left, top, bottom. On the cardinal points, north, south, east, west, the south of France, the house on the left, the top of the page.
Right? And number four, Dana Romina.
Yep.
Yes.
Number four, with superlative adjectives and continual pardon. And ordinal numbers, we also use the definite article. Examples: the tallest building, the strongest man, the first time, the second floor.
Good. All right. Now, being specific will help us to use the definite article, whether it's in singular or plural forms. If it is something in general, don't use the definite article. I like ice cream. General. This is difficult. General. I do not watch television. General. I have an appointment on Monday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. These are the days of the week. We refer to the TV, food, days of the week, months of the year, seasons, years, or the hour. That's general information. We eat breakfast at 9 o'clock. That's general information. When it comes to institutions, modes of transport, general, right? We like school. I go to work by train. They go to church on Sundays. General info. We also don't use it for cities or places. Like in general, you're going to go without an article because it's understood. All right. We will make exceptions, or if you're being very specific. Otherwise, you don't need them. I went to Lake Titicaca. She lives on Flores Street. We go to school in Seoul. Right? That's general info. Don't need specific or definite articles for general information. So let's practice with some examples. All right. Let's start off with let's see. Fernanda.
That is the restaurant I like best.
Of all the restaurants, that's number one. And that changes for me. So last week, it was in, I think it's San Jeronimo or Loreto. And this week, it's by far in Carso. And next week, it's going to change again, right? Because it's one specific place, right? Gabby, no, not Gabby, that's Dalia. Dalia, number two.
This is the Pacific Ocean.
Good. We have a few oceans. We have the Pacific, we have the Atlantic, etc., etc. This one is the Pacific, right? Jacqueline?
Yes, put your name at the top of the page, please.
At the top, on the right. So you're specifying where. Good. All right, let's keep going. After Jackie is Karen.
Yes, he goes to work every day at 8 o'clock.
Like clockwork, repeat, general. This is him every day. Nothing specific there, okay? Obed, number 5.
Me?
Yes, Obed.
Oh, okay. My parents watch television every night after dinner.
Every day. Like a habit. That's very general. Monse.
Number 6, right?
Yes.
I love chocolate.
Exactly. General info. Now you might specify some of these things. For example, my parents watch the same TV show. Right? You're giving me more information. I love the local brands of chocolate. Right? If you're giving me particular information, you can. But if it's just general information, no need for articles. All right? Monse, number 7.
She's the tallest girl in the class.
Now, I haven't met you guys in person, so I don't know who is, but one person is always going to stand out, right? If you have a list, number 1, in terms of height, is the tallest. All right, Pacheco, number 8.
Yes, I go to school by bus.
Right? How? By bus. All right? Now, you can be specific if you give more information. Here, for example, I go to school on the Metrobus. I use the line 12 of the train. Right? If you give more specific information, then you use your articles. If it's general information, no article is necessary. Now, what if I only want to talk about one thing? Well, let's look at the others. If you're only talking about one thing, then you're going to use something that's indefinite and singular. Right? Let me go and start with Angie. Angie, notice, be very careful when choosing your indefinite articles based on the sounds. In the English language, we have 26 letters, 21 are consonants, 5 are vowels. So if it starts with a consonant sound, a book, a pen, a chair, a girl. If it starts with a vowel sound, A, E, I, O, U, go with an animal, an ice cream, an example, an orange, an umbrella. If it's giving you the vowel sound, then use it. But if it's not the sound you're hearing, if you're hearing another sound because of the combination of letters, then follow the sound. For example, university, euro. That's not like umbrella. That's not like elephant. That's a different sound. So if you hear a different sound, it's probably because it's a word from, say, Latin. All right? And then, of course, you're following the consonant rule. A university, because it's a U sound. A euro. And same thing is true the inverse. Hour, hospital, honest, hotel. If the sound is vowel, hour, honest, then use an. If it's consonant, hospital, hostel, then use a. All right? Now, Angie, when do we use indefinite articles? Go ahead, Angie.
Okay. Yes, we use the indefinite articles when we are speaking of something in general. Examples: he has a computer. We work in a school. I want an orange.
Go ahead. Itzel?
We can also use are or an in a place of one singular. Examples: I want an apple and two orange. There are 100 students in the school.
Good. Say? One Montserrat. Miss Jimenez, are you there?
Sorry, teacher. 3. We use a or an when we make reference to something for the first time. The next reference we make, we use the definite article. I live in an apartment. The apartment is big.
All right. Now, if I'm telling you something for the first time, I don't know about it. So for me, it's now general knowledge. Now, if you keep telling me, giving me more information, then it becomes more specific. It's a reference between both of us. So in the first case, I would say something like, I live in a big city. Oh, really? Yeah, I live in Mexico City. Ah, the best city in the world, in my opinion. So when it's referenced for the first time, it's general. When you get more specific, then you can use the definite article the. Right? And Pacheco, number 4.
Yes. Number 4. Okay. With professions, office, and political appellations, we use the infinite article. Examples: Maria is a doctor, Juan is an architect, I am a Democrat.
Now, let's look at some examples. Ada?
Yes. My father is a doctor.
Good. Because doctor starts with a consonant sound. Carla?
My mother is an architect.
It is a vowel sound. Mitzi? It's a tricky one.
Yes. My sister goes to university.
Right? Because university is not a vowel sound. It's a consonant sound. It might look like a vowel because of the U, but the sound is U, like why you.
Okay. My sister goes to a university in the north.
Good job. Dana?
Yeah. There is an hotel near here.
There is a ha, ha, ha. Hotel, H sound. Hotel. One time?
There is a hotel near here.
Good. Yes, you, Fernanda.
He is an honest person.
Five. Minutes.
Me?
He is an
Ah.
honest person.
What, Fernanda? Fernanda is 6 Fernanda Perez.
Number 5, he is an honest person.
Right. Jimenez out the way. Perez on there.
Have you got an umbrella?
Okay. Right. Let's keep going with Dahlia.
Can I have an apple?
Yes, you may. And Jacqueline.
I have a green apple.
Right. And what do we? These words are all attracting words based on their sounds. Now, of course, if the sound is consonant, then we use the consonant. Now, what if both are involved? Oof. How do we choose? Well, let's look. Is it specific? Is it singular? Is it plural? Karen.
Yes. What is the name of the hotel?
Exactly. We're looking for specific information. Good. Obed, number 2.
Sorry. She works in a hospital.
Exactly. 1. hospital. All right, number 3, Pacheco.
I like to eat apples.
In general, not that you like to eat green apples or if you like to eat custard apples, just love them. Apples, all the apples. All right, Angie.
New York is in the United States.
Exactly. Not in the Mexican states, and states of America. All right. Although, if they keep on going all crazy, we might just take all of their country. Next one. Itself.
I am Republican. I
All
don't know.
right. What did we say about?
I am
Uh-huh.
Republican.
What did we say about political affiliations? We can use it for political affiliations. It's a singular thing. What is here? A consonant sound.
I am a Republican.
There you go. I am a Republican. Of the two options, I am for the Republic. Ada.
Yes. We go to supermarket on Saturdays.
Exactly. That's a habit. Mitzi. Yes, Mitzi?
I want an orange and 2 apples.
Okay, that's number 8. Opened. Number 7. Did Oben fall asleep?
No, sorry, perdón, no escuché bien. He has a red bike.
All right. Dalia, number 9.
Me?
Yes.
Okay. Her father is an architect.
We'll take it. Dalia, number 10.
We live in the house.
When we introduce the information for the first time, it is general. When you
Okay.
give more info, it is specific.
So we live in a house.
Mhm.
The house is small.
There you go. All right. So keep on practicing, guys. Create your new folders, fill it up with Unit 5. Next week, we'll continue as we get towards the end. We'll do the relatives next class. Then I'll open up a forum this afternoon. Well, in a couple minutes. I'll open it up in a few minutes. And we'll take a holiday break, come back and have 2 more classes, then review everything. All right, so you can have your final exams. Do enjoy the rest of your Saturday. I'll see you next week. If you need help with anything, do let me know. Until then, stay safe, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye for now.